Welcome back to Point Blank. Tonight we're on the topic of foreign baggage. No, wait. Foreign beggars.
Yep, and having said that, would you guys actually make a donation to Daryl over here if you were to see him on the streets?
That's right. Not only did people not spit on me, despite me not looking like a very convincing beggar, many of them kindly gave their shillings and spare change. Take a look at this video. Okay, we're here in Ang Mo Kio, and Razer TV is gonna put locals to the test. What kind of test? We're gonna be checking out whether locals are kind to foreign beggars. So you can see I'm all decked out. Got my cue card, I've got my little alms bowl, and let's get going. Okay, so this is where I saw these foreign workers and I was thinking like, okay, no, hey, I could get some sympathy from them, but no, they just walked by, and then after this pink woman came on and like no, so then I was a bit dejected, you know. I was thinking like, who is gonna be the first person? And yeah, you know, indeed it's actually the students that have the first act of kindness. So to speak, you know, and they're
digesting your long message.
Yeah, it wasn't a long message, it was very badly worded, you know. So, you know, you can see them debating among themselves, and I think we did talk about this previously, how children are the most willing to give on the offset, you know, because they don't have any of the jaded mindedness or, you know, the cynicism of older adults who have been cheated before. You know, children were just like, okay, you know, I'm just gonna
you see,
give
like,
you
do you
and then
notice
after
something?
that, you know, the adults follow, so to speak, you know.
One person starts and then the rest follow suit, right?
And then further on, it's quite like nobody is looking, and then this man comes by and he's a bit suspicious. You know, he's thinking like, hey, does this guy is he for real? And yeah, and I was just worried that, you know, because I did say that I was from a foreign country, I was worried that people would start talking to me in a foreign language.
Sawadee-kap.
And then I'll be like, okay, you know. But I think this guy ultimately didn't believe me, so he walked on. And then after that, the students came again. And the students are, I would say, very, very, very nice. And I was very touched by this gesture, because what happens is that if you follow it, they actually think about it, they digest it, and they say, okay, you know, I'm gonna donate. And
wow, she looks like she doesn't even have enough for herself, like, you know, shaking the wallet.
And they pull together and they say like, you know, hey, this is a plight that we feel that, you know, could be, you know. And then they get involved with an older woman with a child, you know, who consolidate all their funds.
Do they know each other? The
older
woman and the
woman,
students?
I would assume not, but I'm sure the children all know each other. So they consolidate all their funds, and then they're thinking like, okay, hey, we're probably gonna donate.
Oh, the old woman is taking out her money as well.
Okay, are these like guys are you guys like that when you see a beggar on the streets?
No.
I did notice that girls tend to give, freely. And like Celene did say that she's more of an emotional person, and they do tend to give like straight away, you know. But guys are a bit skeptical.
I figured if you really wanted people to donate, then just get your friend to start the ball rolling once in a while. Keep walking by, giving money. When people see your friend doing that, they will think that it's legit because others are doing it.
Yeah.
And that's quite a phenomenon actually. Like, you know, like when people see, it's like Singapore is very big on queuing, right? You know, and like when a few people start queuing, then everybody's gonna wonder like, hey, why are they queuing for? So they all start joining the queue, and then in the end, the person at the end doesn't really know what he's queuing for, you know. And same thing, like, do you think when people give to beggars, they're actually just following the trend?
It's like a communal thing, right?
Yeah.
Is it uniquely Asian, or is it just...
I think it's a social logic. You know, if there is a queue, it means that most people think there's a good thing at the end of the line, so they join the queue. And most of the time, it's a good indicator. If you don't know anything about the place, right? You go to a new hawker center and there's a queue here. Probably the food's going to be pretty decent. You're willing to line up, and it's fine. So the same for this. If a lot of people are donating, it means probably this is legit. So many people can't be wrong. Right? Like, who wants to be a millionaire? You ask the audiences when you don't know. And most of the time, most people get it right.
I guess for you, what actually worked is because you wrote a very logical story that you were robbed, and then that's like the hook, and people read it and they thought, hey, okay, this is a legit story. You know, I really need to help this guy. If you just had sat there with that bowl, probably might not work as well.
So your marketing was really good. The bad English was
marketing.
good.
I think I got the inspiration from because I did travel to Barcelona last year, and somebody actually wrote that, and I was inclined to give money because I could feel for a poor student that got robbed, and I decided, okay, you know, I'm just wondering whether it works here, you know, and plus, like, you see, the older people are more skeptical, like, you know, they'll be like, hey, what's going on, you know, for real, I don't know, maybe not, okay, no, you know. And I think this part is quite interesting, where this woman reads it and then she's like, okay, you know, she's gonna donate. Obviously, the suspicious man comes back and he takes a picture rather than give a donation. And then
You think he might report to you?
maybe. Then after that, this woman gives because, you know, like, other people are giving and all that. Well, as you can see, Singaporeans are indeed a generous bunch. In half an hour, I've managed to collect $12.20. And do bear in mind that all this money actually goes to the School Pocket Money Fund. And, well, I think one thing to take away is that Singaporeans are indeed generous. I mean, to whomever, it seems. And, well, Sambat, over and out. Okay, I want to make it very clear once again that all proceeds donated to Sambat will be given to the Straits Times School Pocket Money Fund. Not only that, Razer TV will match the sum, dollar for dollar, and give its share to the fund. And last but not least, we want to thank all the kind people who have donated to Sambat. Please contact us by writing into razertv@sph.com.sg and we'll give you a prize for your kind efforts.
Well done, Daryl.
Yeah, okay, so we're on the topic of foreign beggars. So, I mean, if you guys don't know already, let's take a look at...
Well, we actually went down to talk to people, did we? Oh yeah, we went down to...
Did we?
You know, yeah, we did. With Daryl's example, good example, we went out there to, you know, find out if Singaporeans actually feel they should give when they see a foreign beggar. And let's roll the tape. If you were to see a beggar along the streets, would you actually personally donate to them, or would you just walk away?
Their condition, you know, you see.
For example?
Like, some, and they are in a good state, but however, they still, you know, do beg in front of others, like thinking that they are not in a very good state.
If their clothes are all torn and tattered, then they are the serious kind and they really need help from us. If those who dress well, like those normal Singaporeans, then
some have dyed hair, right?
Yeah, then probably they are just the scams one.
If you were to belong to a syndicate, right, it would be so much easier for you to dress up and really look like one, pass off as a real beggar. What do you think about that?
It's their problem whether it's they really feel that they're actually the one truthfully to them. But I know I'm doing something good to them, so yeah. So they think that's all that matters to me.
How much can you be cheated by them? Maybe $1 or $2.
So it doesn't hurt to just give that extra bit.
I mean, so what if you lose that $1-2? I mean, as far as your attitude is to help them, I guess it's good.
What do you think is the main draw? Why do you think they choose Singapore and not somewhere else?
Okay, one reason is, let's say that people who are coming from the developing countries here, right? The money value is one reason.
Okay.
And then you see that here there are a lot of like religion, and they can go to those religious places and they can sit down over there, and that's the best place where the Singaporeans, when they come for praying, and they have the sympathy to give them money. And when they try to take that money to their home country, then it becomes more for them. Because it's like if you take about $1 for any Asian country right now, it's about triple, more than like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times more. I mean, probably that's one advantage. And second advantage is to enter Singapore, the visa, the procedure is very easy. That's one of the reasons why beggars come here.
That's right, and you make the best out of this.
The best out of, especially I told you, like Islam, Chinese, all those religion, they go and sit in those places.
That's right.
And people definitely feel sympathy, mercy on them, and they see, you go for prayer and you come out of, you wanted to feel something, you want to donate, you feel something honored.
That's right.
So they take advantages of those things, and they get lazy too.
I rather give to people that I meet here rather than I donate to the organization. You really see somebody needs the money, rather than you give to somebody else and you don't know where the money filtered to. If I see one that is there every day, I will not give it to them anymore.
Why?
I don't know. They're just here to do their own business of begging.
你看哦，捐款的人是不是新加坡人很多，对不对？啊，对啦，就是这样啦。他们讲现在中国来的哦，很多都是办来的嘞，假的，你知道吗？啊，
如果真的没有脚、没有腿、没有手的话，
但是他那些也你要看你，如果是中国，也是从那边运过来的嘞。有些人讲，哎呦，你的心好像看到这些你们都不，但是他们不知道嘛。其实我跟你讲，你这边给他们钱啊，晚上他们在后面喝酒，你也不知道啊。
有看过吗？
啊，有看，以前有看过一个，很多人给他钱呢，但是晚上他的钱就是拿去花了啦。花了他讲什么嘞？明天啊，我的那些子孙还会给我钱吗？子孙啊，这些就是叫子孙吗
Okay, guys, what are your thoughts?
Especially
especially
comment
with
with regard to the charities, the woman would rather donate it to the beggar right in front of her rather than to a third party.
I guess it's a personal choice. But then again, she did say that if she sees the beggar every day, she wouldn't give it to him or to the person. So it's really a personal choice, I guess. But Singaporeans being a very generous bunch of people, there will be other people who feel for a cause, like a charity, and there will be people donating to charities also.
So the market is big enough that you're not worried that there are people.
I wouldn't. I would feel that it's really a personal choice, because apart from that, some of them actually volunteer time and also donate at the same time. I mean, for us at least. So I think it's quite. We have quite a very big pool of generous people in Singapore.
Yeah, and also I think Justin was mentioning that the marketing also plays a very big part, and I think for legit instances where I think we had the twins Ganga and Jamuna that had the hit, the operation and all that, and people saw a very emotive picture, and they all donated very generously, and so I think marketing does play a very big part, and for foreigners who come to Singapore, they don't market that well, but they actually sort of force a lot of handling, like panhandling, where they actually pester you and don't take no for an answer and all that. And Singaporeans we value our social space, and we are also a bit sheltered. So if somebody intrudes on your social space and says come on, sir, come on, I mean, would you give to just okay, I'll give you some money, I think the point, after the meandering thing, I think the point I want to make is that Singaporeans tend to be a bit sheltered also, and perhaps if the foreign beggars are more aggressive, they may just give money just like that. I mean, for Justin, you were overseas for a bit, you're studying at UCLA. What are your thoughts? I mean, comparing people who give in the States and people who give here.
Well, I don't really know how people give in the States, that I've seen so much of it. But the point about marketing is really something that troubles me, because if you buy something only because the marketing is good, you're not a good consumer. We spend so much time, Singaporeans especially, researching their cars. It's not just because it's in a glossy magazine, it's like a sexy woman lying on it that you buy the car. Some people do that, and then you deride them for not being rational. But when it comes to charity, something even more important, right, morally worthy, people just give because of the marketing, all these huge campaigns, fundraising on like MediaCorp, whatever, right? And people give. But what about those who can't afford to do that? What about those who are not good at marketing, but perhaps even more deserving of the cash or of your help? And I mean, looking at some of the responses from these people, it really, I mean, I just feel that it's moral laziness. You see that woman saying, you know, just $1 or $2 from me, you know, what's the big deal? And that's kind of like saying, I earn my
$1
cash.
translates to a lot.
Yeah. People have this idea that because I earn hard, you know, I work, I earn my money, I can do whatever I want with it, so I am morally shielded away from judgment. This is my money, I can do whatever I want with it. But actually, no, you know, you can be held accountable for how you spend your money. I remembered I was sitting at a coffee shop with a friend, and he was smoking, like drinking coffee there. So this woman came along and she asked us, you know, would you guys like to donate some money to the children? And then I habitually said, well, no thank you, because we just wanted to carry on with our lives conversation.
Yeah.
And he said no either. So, but she kind of persisted, you know, come on, please just give some money for the children, it's very important. She started elaborating. And then
was she speaking in like Singapore English? Or?
She was Singaporean, I think she spoke English and a bit of Mandarin.
Yeah.
So we rejected her maybe twice or 3 times. Then she started saying this. She said, you guys can sit here and drink coffee and smoke cigarettes and you're not willing to give to the children?
Yeah.
And what that was holding us accountable for our actions, right?
Yeah.
We earned our money. We chose to drink the coffee, right? But at that moment, right, the coffee was balanced with helping children.
That's right. Puts you on a guilt trip, right? Yeah.
And that is something that can always happen. You don't have to have somebody come tell you, right? Well, I can hold you to task now, you know, why buy the Gucci bag? Why buy the LV bag? You could have done so much more. You could, $1 you can give to your mom, you know, buy your friends a drink, you can kind of spend it on prostitutes, whatever, right? The decisions you make can be held morally accountable, right? Some people can hold you to task for it. But even if people don't hold you to task for it, it is still a moral decision, right? That's what I feel. And it's just laziness to say, you know, it doesn't matter. I earn this money. If I get cheated, that's fine. It's not fine. It's not fine.
Okay, I think a lot of us like also have. I mean, for those staying in Singapore, we also had like people come up to us, especially like hawker centers, you know, where they say like, you know, buy this tissue for $1, or you know, they put a duck on the table or something, a soft toy, and then they say, you know, because we are deaf or some disability, you know, you have to support us. And I think a lot of us have a lot of skepticism, you know, and we don't believe for sure, and you know, it's our right to the money, you know. And personally, like, if I had the time, I think I would donate it to like charity and go and volunteer and all that. But I think that remains to be seen. Okay, we're gonna go for a short commercial break, but do send us your comments, log in, talk to us, interact with us, anything. Be right back.